audio problem.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, very good. I've got you now, sir. All right, so I do not see Commissioner Feinstein with us yet. Commissioner, are you here? Okay, Mr. Chairman, just hang tight for just a moment. Let me see if Commissioner Feinstein is going to be joining us.
Okay, fair enough.
Mr. Chairman, I've not heard back yet. Let's just give it a few more minutes here. I just heard back. He advised me that he's having trouble logging in, so let me see if I can assist him with that.
Okay, thank you. This is Eric Feinstein. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, Commissioner, we can hear you. All right, Mr. Chairman, the meeting is recorded. The time is 10:05, and we have a quorum, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Bella. Let's do this. I hereby call to order this meeting of the Arizona Boxing and Mixed Martial Arts Commission. Today is Wednesday, May 10th, 2023, and the time is 10:05 a.m. Would those commissioners that are in attendance please identify themselves, state as to whether they're here in person, via telephone, or via Google Meets?
This is Eric Feinstein. I'm here via telephone.
Thank you, Commissioner. I am Scott Fletcher. I am also here via telephone. Mr. Vella, I take it Commissioner Pennington may not be joining us.
Correct, sir. He advised that he's not available today.
Okay, great. Let's forge ahead. B is our new business. B1 is pursuant to ARS sections 5-227, 5-228, and AAC R19-2-C604 for persons over the age of 36. The renewal license application submitted by Mr. William Billy Schmidt for a 2023 professional boxer's license. Mr. Vella, will you speak to Mr. Schmidt's application?
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Schmidt is 2-2 as a professional, as you can see with his record. It's been some time since he has competed last, with dating back to November of 2015. I had an opportunity to evaluate Mr. Schmidt, and he looks like he never took a break. He's doing very well, and he advised me of his training regimen. He let me know that he usually trains for 2.5 hours a day, 5 to 6 days a week. And on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays is when he usually tries to schedule sparring. And then or he spars on Saturdays as well. On a non-sparring day, he says he gets to the gym and runs 3 to 4 miles, and then shadow boxes 4 rounds, and then does the heavy bag as well for 4 rounds. He does the uppercut bag 2 rounds, double end bag for 2 rounds, then jumps rope for 15 minutes. He says he likes to do sit-ups almost every day, and he says he feels great about his upcoming bout and that he's in very good shape and can't wait. He said he's had no injuries, and he says he just has a little bit of soreness as a result of getting older, is what he mentioned. But other than that, sir, I will note that Mr. Schmidt was very timely and diligent in submitting all of his application materials, and I do recommend his approval.
Thank you, Mr. Vella. Commissioner Feinstein, any thoughts about Mr. Schmidt's application?
No, sir, no questions for me.
Okay, I too have no questions. The chair would be open to a motion if there is one.
Mr. Chairman, I'm having trouble opening the attachment. If you wouldn't mind, can you
Sure.
do the motion?
I can. I would move that pursuant to ARS sections 5-227, 5-228, and AAC R19-2-C604 for persons over the age of 36, that we grant the renewal license application submitted by Mr. William Billy Schmidt for a 2023 professional boxer license. We have a motion. Do we have a second?
I second the motion.
Okay, thank you. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 2-0. Thank you, Mr. Schmidt. We appreciate your time. Look forward to your upcoming bout. B2 is pursuant to ARS sections 5-227, 5-228, and AAC R19-2-C604 for persons over the age of 36. The renewal license application submitted by Mr. Pedro Ogas for a 2023 professional MMA combatant's license. Mr. Vella, you speak to Mr. Ogas's application.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Ogas's application, unfortunately, he has not yet submitted all required materials. And seeing as though he intends to compete this weekend, I must say that I don't have enough information to recommend approval at this time.
Okay, fair enough, Mr. Vella. I also did see in his application that he might have a suspension, or has that been dealt with?
Sir, he has not yet done what needs to be done to lift that.
Okay, so we don't have enough to go on. So we table this and push it to the next meeting?
We certainly could, sir.
Okay, let's go ahead and table B2 and move on to B3, which is pursuant to ARS section 5-227, 5-228, and AAC R19-2-C604 for persons over the age of 36, the new license application submitted by Mr. Alonzo Alexander for a 2023 professional MMA combatant license. Mr. Vella.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. So, Mr. Alexander, we had actually approved his license as an overage applicant earlier in the year for an amateur application. and now he would like to turn professional. I will note that he is 3-0 as a professional or as an amateur, and I know from having dealt with the matchmaking for Mr. Alonso that many opponents in the amateurs have not accepted bouts with him, and so it's been very difficult for him to get more bouts. And in fact, at the last event, his opponent left and did not compete. So, Mr. Alexander always is very competitive, and I will say that based on his training regimen, very standard. He let me know that he trains 2 hours a day, 5 days a week, and does strength and cardio 5 days, kickboxing and jiu-jitsu 2 days a week. And he says he feels very confident for any upcoming bout in the professional ranks, and that he has not experienced any injuries. With that, I do recommend his approval.
Thank you, Mr. Vela. Commissioner Feinstein, any thoughts or questions about Mr. Alexander's application?
No questions for me.
Okay. Myself either. In fact, I'm going to make a motion, if I may, that pursuant to ARS sections 5-227, 5-228, and AAC R19-2-C604 for persons over the age of 36, that we grant the new license application submitted by Mr. Alonso Alexander for a 2023 professional MMA combatant license. We have a motion. Is there a second?
I second the motion.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Commissioner. Motion carries 2-0. Congratulations, Mr. Alexander.
Thank you.
Moving on to, thank you for joining us. Moving on to B4, again, pursuant to ARS sections 5-227, 5-228, and AAC R19-2-C604 for persons over the age of 36, the new license application submitted by Mr. Abraham Alvarez for a 2023 amateur MMA combatant license. Mr. Vela, please speak to Mr. Alvarez's application.
Mr. Chairman, yes, sir. Mr. Alvarez is 36 years old, and he is not yet, he has not yet competed in an amateur MMA contest based upon the database that we have access to. I was advised that he has had amateur MMA experience in the past in other jurisdictions. But he did advise me of his training regimen and let me know that he trains 2 hours. Oh, I'm sorry, this is the other individual. No, here we go. He advised me that his training sessions are 1 to 1.5 hours a day, 5 days a week, and that he spars twice a week, runs 3 days a week, and he does strength training 3 days a week as well. He said he feels really good about his upcoming bout, and he has not experienced any recent injuries. Based upon this, sir, I think that Mr. Alvarez is fit to compete. The opponent that he's matched with for this weekend is a similar experience, no official MMA experience, and I do recommend his approval for an amateur license.
Thank you, Mr. Vela. Commissioner Feinstein, any thoughts regarding Mr. Alvarez?
No questions for me, sir.
Okay, I too find that he seems to be shipshape, and I will move that pursuant to ARS sections 5-227, 5-228, and AAC R19-2-C604 for persons over the age of 36, that we grant the new license application submitted by Mr. Abraham Alvarez for 2023 amateur MMA combatant license. We have a motion. Is there a second?
I second the motion.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Commissioner. The motion carries 2-0. Congratulations, Mr. Alvarez.
Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Item C is our information reports. C1 is our event reports. The following events were approved by the Executive Director with the approval of a new or renewal 2023 promoter's license. The first is a request from Mochi LLC for approval of an MMA event to be held at the Stratus Event Center in Phoenix, Arizona on Friday, May 12th, 2023. The second is a request from Legacy Fighting Alliance, LLC, for approval of an MMA event to be held at the Wild Horse Pass Casino in Chandler, Arizona on Friday, May 19th, 2023. The third was a request from OG Boxing, LLC, for approval of a boxing event to be held at the Glendale Civic Center in Glendale, Arizona on Saturday, June 10th, 2023. The fourth was a request from Del Sol Boxing Promotions, LLC, for approval of a boxing event to be held at Glendale Civic Center in Glendale, Arizona on Saturday, July 1st, 2023. And the fifth was a request from Yukon, LLC, for approval of a Muay Thai event to be held at the Wild Horse Pass Casino in Chandler, Arizona on Saturday, July 8th, 2023. 5 more fun events that we have added to our calendar. It's an exciting calendar we're building right now. Item C2, Mr. Vella, let's talk about Sportgate concussion protocols.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. So I just wanted to give an update that we are now almost at the end of the procurement process to bring that Sportgate protocol on board. And once that is the case, we will, as Commissioner Feinstein had suggested, develop a committee essentially to internally discuss how we'll go about implementing those procedures for the fighters. And that's really it on that matter. Did you have any questions regarding the Sportgate?
Commissioner Feinstein, questions, thoughts regarding Sportgate?
No, I know you looked at a couple of different solutions, and if this one is the most feasible to get the athletes tested and to have follow-up, I'm supportive. I think it's important that we get this initiative going. It's been a long time coming, so if that's the direction that the executive director wants to head, I'm supportive.
Thank you, Commissioner. Yeah, this is important. Let's push this thing across the finish line if we can. I'm excited, and we've been talking about it for a long time. I think it's a great thing. So anything you need from us, Mr. Vella, to make this thing a reality, please let us know.
Yes, sir. Thank you both.
Let's go off to C3, boxing and MMA statutes and rules. What do you know, Mr. Vella?
So, sir, I put this on as at the request of the commission from our last meeting, and I just wanted to update that we are working within the agency to review these things and come up with a plan to eventually make the necessary changes. But obviously, it could take quite some time. It depends on the processes and the legislative process. So that's my update. I wanted to ask you, would you like for this to continue on the agenda? I mean, there may not be movement for quite some time. And so I wouldn't mind updating maybe quarterly or however often you think necessary.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. Why don't we put it on? I'd like it to stay on in some way, shape, or form. Quarterly's fine. I think we've got to keep it in front of us as best we can, just so we keep pressing. But I know you're actively working on this, so let's visit it again in July or August. How about that?
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Commissioner Feinstein, any thoughts about statutes and the like?
Yeah, I just don't, I agree with you. I don't want that to kind of fall off the radar. I think as a commission, I believe we could have an opportunity to support more events in the state if we had a little bit more control over how we sanction these events and the rule sets that go along with them. I think it's with the pace at which our sport changes rules and regulations, and different promotions have different rules and regulations. I think it's a little bit unwieldy to have to go to the legislature every time we need to make a change. And so having starting to work on a process by which we could have a little bit more flexibility, I think would be really helpful to help grow combat sports in our state.
I agree completely, Commissioner. It seems like, for good or bad, the number of different MMA-ish sports are showing up, and it would be nice to have the ability to entertain them or not. Between bare knuckle, it was hard. It was also hard watching a one championship card taking place in Denver. So, yes, some leeway in the statute would be great. I know Mr. Vela shares our interest in this, and let's just keep it at the front of the mind, and we'll keep pushing it down the road.
I agree.
Thank you. Mr. Vela, item D, call to the public. Are there folks who would like to chat with us?
Sir, yes, it appears that Mr. Pedro Ogas has his hand raised.
Okay. Mr. Ogas, please, the floor is yours.
Okay, yeah. Like I've got all the paperwork done. I've been having trouble because I've been trying to call the commission because I've got the payment for the fine and everything else. Whatever I can do to get this to follow through, I am willing to do because I'm done with everything. I just got to get my paperwork. It just I live way out in the middle on the west side of Phoenix, and I have to go to Chandler, which is what I'm planning on doing right after I get off of here with you guys to go get the EKG and the actual physical examination, the sports physical. But other than that, like I'm ready to go. Like we've got everything done. It just means pushing the paperwork. And that's
Sure.
what's been
Thank
hard.
you.
Yeah, and that's what's been hard for me. That's what to be honest with you, is just because I had to take on a new team because the last team that I have was very unprofessional, but I feel very confident in the team that I have right now. So yeah.
Okay, I do appreciate your thoughts, Mr. Ogas.
Yeah.
Mr. Vela, I know this would require another meeting at this point, which is going to be tricky considering it's Wednesday and we're talking about an event that is
On Friday.
Saturday.
Saturday.
It's
Okay.
on Friday. Yeah. Mr. Vela, is there anything you recommend? Or are we too late in the game?
Sir, for this week, I do believe it's too late in the game. The item's been tabled to the next meeting, which is June 21st, and so should he submit all the required materials by that time, he'll be on that agenda.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Vela. Other folks want to talk to us?
Sir, I do not see any other hands raised, so it does not appear so.
Okay, thank you. Item E is the call to the commission. Commission members or the executive director may introduce a summary of current events, ask questions, and or make comments. Mr. Feinstein, anything you'd like to discuss?
No new items from me. I just wanted to comment on how well the commission has been run, all the events, the meetings. It's just having been part of the commission for a number of years, I would just say this is, I think, as smoothly as things have run in a long time. And just want to commend Mr. Vela and all of the support staff, all of the commission officials attending the meetings and the events. It's been great to be a part of it over the last year or so. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Commissioner. Yeah, I will second that motion. Mr. Vela and everybody, it's been a real pleasure having you guys run the show. More to come on that. Mr. Vela, anything you'd like to talk about?
Yes, sir. Well, thank you both for those settlements, and we will continue to do our best work. All I have to say, sir, is that I'm enjoying every minute of it. We're just growing tremendously, and I think that we've got an excellent team that is willing to put in the work, and everybody here is a team player that's willing to do whatever it takes to make it happen. So that's all that I have, and looking forward to this weekend's event. I think it'll be a very good one.
Great. And thank you for last weekend. So the Iron Boy card at Celebrity Theater was was terrific. I saw a 4-round fight that was spectacular, and pro debuts on both sides, and they're still both undefeated, unfortunately, because it was a draw, but it was a great fight. Those two will have to have a rematch here soon. Let's press on to F. The announcement of the next regularly scheduled commission meeting will be at 10 a.m. on Wednesday, June 21st, 2023, and is subject to change based on a quorum. Item G is adjournment, but would require a motion for it to take place.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we adjourn.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. I am going to second that motion. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 2-0. We're officially adjourned. Thank you all for your time and efforts. Great things are happening. Take care now.
Thank you.